X wins. X wins. Come on now, let's say it all together. X wins. This is an arrow, and you can come back for more. Lynch mob doesn't really give.
Scheiße, was ist das?
Boom.
If I don't use this, then my microphone is basically useless. Because this is a 2-band, whilst this converts it to 3-band. So you can plug it into your phone. So in my tiny room, I've got this bad boy set up on the stand. It's time to get started, boys. X wins. X wins. Come on now, let's say it all together. X wins. This is. Okay, now that you've listened to some really cringy singing, we're in the editor now, and this is where the magic happens. So, the media tab, I'll put a picture of all the things that got inserted here.
Boom.
There's a lot of stuff. I think I've previously discussed for animating, you need to create a layer of an object as a separate object if you want to animate it. So anyways, here we go. So I used one composite to make this, and the whole 30-second animation took about 47 layers. If you want to exclude the audio, we got 40 layers of all. So the outro is supposed to start as when the last clip of your video fades to white instead of fading to black, and that's because the outro starts with the sun zooming out from the center. So it zooms out and then it drops there. But here, there was a very big technical problem here so from the start, the sun is in front, right? But then the sun goes behind all these layers. So the technical way to fix this in layer editing is that you have to create 2 suns, right? So the first sun is in front of everything, which is this one, or no, nigga. Wait, which one is it? All right, yeah, right. This one should be around here somewhere. There we go. Right, so it's on top of all these layers. Anything on top of another layer obviously appears on top. Physics or something. Right, so this is this sun. It's animated to scale down a little bit and then go down there in a jumping fashion. And as soon as it jumps, you should be able to see the opacity, right? So the opacity is the transparency of something. So here its transparency is 100, and here it's 0. So it just goes away. And the other sun, which is behind all these layers, as you can see, it's the second last layer. It's literally behind everything. It starts from here and then jumps down. So this was a very technical thing because I had to match the timing and this animation that they start exactly at the same place. And maybe there was a little bit of imperfection, but if nobody notices it, yeah, the editor did a good job, right? So let's put these layers down and get a closer look at our boy X-Wind here. I'm just gonna zoom in a little bit. So X-Wind uses a Jake from Adventure Time profile picture on his Discord. It's been like that for years now. So the animation of Jake, as you can see in the original video, is simply that he's rocking back and forth and the guitar is moving a little bit for that added effect. So we're gonna take a look at it in the layers. We got this Jake body. I didn't even name it X-Men, I named it as Jake. So we're gonna open the animation here, and you can see it's just a simple rotation of just rocking back and forth. And then both his arms are animated to rotate, but obviously I'm not gonna waste your time with that. We're just going over the basics of how things have been achieved. the whole appeal of this thing is like, you know, it's an island, we're chilling, and that's because that's what we do on Discord, right? We just sit in the voice channels and we chill. We're just there, right? We're chilling, having fun, and that's what everybody's doing. He's playing the guitar, Ghost is flying the kite, and Banana's just doing his gangsta thing, right? So let's go over Banana's animation real quick. That being said, okay, which of the hands? This is the hand that is being animated. So it's super simple rotation. You just gotta set the axis at the right place, right? If this anchor point, this white dot was here, the animation would look radically different. So you need to make sure that you put them on the right place. That's what she said. Anyways, next up on Banana's animation is the smoke, the gun smoke. So we're gonna quickly go over that as well. Let me just open the layer panel. Fuck, this is confusing. Right, so here there's a lot of things happening on this little thing where his gun is shooting. We're gonna go over all of these elements one by one. So first of all, there's this little fire picture that comes up, and that is, I think, this. Yeah, this is okay. Let's find an empty frame. There we go. So this is animated to appear and then unappear. Right here the opacity is 100, while here it's 0, so it appears, unappears, and that exactly.
Boom. Boom.
Like as a real gun flash would, physically, I suppose, I hope. And then I have used this smoke thingy right here. It's a video, and the smoke is just moving from one direction to the other, like that, to give that gun smoke an actual smoke. And then the interesting thing happening is the whole screen is going white. Now this is done through one of the grade layers. We're gonna see which grade layer it was. So it was this one. We're gonna go to, okay, the effects, and then we have brightness and contrast. So the brightness, when he shoots his gun, goes all the way to 100 and then to 0, and this gives it that white and extra bright effect. See, as a real gun would fire, there would be a very, very bright splash. So that's it for Banana. Now for Ghosty. I had the most fun playing around with his animation because it's just such a smooth and soothing thing to look at, right? That's why I made a little zoom in at the end. So first of all, we need to get in the kite somewhere. I'm gonna try to find it. It's supposed to be somewhere. So the kite. There it is. So I animated the kite as good as I could, and it's a little bit faded, as you can see. So this is faded because the big red background is on top of the kite. If I take it back, you can see it actually appears in its brightest actual color. So that's to give it more immersion, like it's in the clouds or something. It's very high up there, like the name that appears in the sky. Right, it's an evening, so red sky. And the hardest thing to animate in this whole thing was this line for the kite, right? Because you need a little bit of piece of thread that attaches. So this was actually very difficult to animate because I just couldn't connect it with the kite, so I had to keep animating it from his hand to the kite. And yeah, if you look at this, so many points for rotation and scale, so it's changing its size and it's also rotating. You could say it's almost frame by frame animation. It was not a fun or easy process. So, and after that we added the swing, right? So he's swinging from left and right, and let's see if we can find the body. It's a simple rotation, you guessed it. And then we just copy paste the rotation again and again, right? And we make a smooth curve out of it. If I just select these and go to the value graph, you can see, hey, smooth animation, not linear curves like this one. They're smooth like this one. I'm just messing around at this point. Then we got the wings, and I experimented like absolute crazy. Over here you can see it's only the rotation that's the scale that's been added in animation, but I tried rotation, I tried positioning, I tried everything with the wings. It just turned out to be the best in the simplest way. The simplest way is just the scale on this wing. I think it should be the scale on this wing. Yeah, it just shortens and then lengthens. It's simple as that, and it looks so immersive. It looks so cool. I'm actually proud of that one.
Boom.
Now one must wonder, right? We're the main friends, the main characters. We got X-Wind, we got Banana, we got Ghost just chilling, right? The Quadro should be the Triplo, or is that a word? But one must wonder, where am I? Where is ShoqVaivE? Oh, was that too obvious?
Scheiße, was ist das?
You see, all these layers are here, and the sun is supposed to be behind them. Like, look at this shit, right? How many things you can count in front of the sun? So first of all, this blue water layer, let me just, okay, let's lock these. Right, so you got this blue water layer, then you got this less blue water layer, and some other layers, then this X-Wind, what do you want to call it? Avatar? Yeah, this umbrella, this sand, these things are in front of the sun, right? But from the start of the video, the sun is in front of all these layers. If this fucking thing would load. Alright, there we go. Right? So, his thumb is moving. I'm just gonna quickly try to... Give me a sec. Working with 2 keyboards. Right, so... And, well, then we got this... text. Where's text? There's text. Then we got this name, and apologies. As you can see, it's ShoqVaivE. So, hey... yeah. I changed the name, and, you know... This doesn't say X-Wind anymore. It says my name. Well, this is because this is my intellectual property, X-Wind, and I can put my name over there as well. And probably you guessed it, I'm gonna use it as an outro in my videos. Now one must wonder, where am I?